Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mike from FormAWin. I'm here to help you guys get your first engineering job. Today we're talking about what I wish I did or what I wish I knew before I started my first job. Let's get into it. Alright guys, as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you need anything for help. My number is 305-923-8724. Again, 305-923-8724. Text me, I got your back with whatever you need. Now, let's go ahead and get into this. What I wish I knew before I started my first engineering job. There's lots of things. We're going to cover multiple different videos with this, and I've touched on a few key points throughout some different videos in the FormAWin Foundation series, but for this specifically, I want to talk about organization, leadership, discipline, and coaching. These are just four of the key areas that popped up to me and that I know specifically I wish I knew a lot more of. As you guys probably know, my first job, it was definitely difficult going through, right? So these are the key areas that I learned over time from great leaders in different areas that, just positively impacted me going forward. But I struggled with these in the beginning, and I'm sure you struggle with them, or like me, you didn't really know what these meant 100%. Because once you start getting into a big company or an engineering firm or whatever the role is professionally, you don't know all the details. You don't know how to operate professionally. If you've only been in the classroom doing some schoolwork, there's a level that you understand, but still once you're in the real business world like that, then it's different. So these are some key things, right? So organization. This means a lot. This can go lots of different ways. Again, we'll talk about different ways on the channel, but specifically for right now, this could be organization of tasks. Right? So when you organize your tasks, it's a little bit different than school because there's different deadlines, there's different ways that you should associate with it, and there's different restrictions you should apply. You need to be communicative with deadlines. You need to be communicative with the organization and how you're organizing your day, how you're organizing your tasks, and how you're tracking your key metrics to get you to your goals for whatever the position is requiring of you. If that's a CAD model, if that's a software development, if there's something that you have a goal and a deadline, then you need to be communicative with your leader and really figure out a better way to organize that, optimize that, and help you really structure that. Right? So I wish I understood that. This can be a little bit more communication rather than organization, but a good key way that I like organizing things is using OneNote, because typically with your laptop, your work laptop, and what you get, you can use OneNote on there, and that is just such a key because you can link things, make folders, make file paths, make everything. It's beautiful. I love it, and it's awesome. So that's organization. That's what I want to touch on there. Now, leadership. Leadership, you need to recognize if you don't have good leaders. Sometimes if you're in a position and you don't have a good leader, that's all you know, that's all you think, that's all you operate off of, that's all you work with. Right? You need to find other leaders in your life, or if there's awesome leaders within your company, great, but you need to find someone to model after that has been successful, that you admire in all areas or all facets of life or all facets of this engineering career you're trying to develop. Because them as engineers, right, they have a certain way that they operate, certain way that they do tasks, certain way that they organize things, certain ways that they communicate, certain ways that they go about being an engineer that made them successful, and you need to figure out what those are and apply that to you. If you have a bad leader, that's what I really want to focus on here. If you have a bad leader, then you're not going to be able to really know what the difference is between a good leader if you only work with a bad leader. That's all you know, that's your leader, and it is what it is, right? So you need to kind of communicate, network, and figure out how good of a leader your leader actually is. All right, that's leadership. And then the second part to leadership is you are a leader day one when you enter the company and when you start your position. Leadership is the skill of influence. That means that when you go in there, you need to influence everyone to be better. You need to be better, and you're a leader by setting the standard that everyone should work by. So whatever work you're working on, no matter how minimal, no matter how small it may seem to you, that needs to be the best thing you ever did, because that's going to make you into a leader. Long-term, short-term, and all-term. Now, discipline. I want to talk about discipline too. This is really key, because if you're not consistent, if you haven't had a real job, you haven't had a real experience where you need to work a little bit harder than a fast food restaurant, which you should be the best fast food worker if you're working in a restaurant, but that's besides the point. In an engineering job, discipline and just staying grounded in the hard times, that's going to be a really key detail, and it's something that's overlooked because you think you just have a job, you go in, you work a little bit, and you're good, but that's not it. You need to set the standard. Again, leadership, organization, all this stuff that we're talking about is setting a higher standard for yourself each and every day. So if you're improving each day, that's discipline at its finest, because you're growing each day, you're staying disciplined to get better. Right? So we'll talk about that more on this channel way in the future and on future videos. We did previously as well, but this is just a key topic, right? Whatever discipline means for you, figure out what that is and get better each day. Now, last one is coaching. I work with lots of mentors in my life. I reached out, I sought out, I found, I worked with, I went crazy because I wanted to get better. I worked with 3 mentors at one time once. That's because I wanted to run things by them, strategize, figure out how to get from point A to point B, make sure I was doing the correct thing. And honestly, that was one of the key things that moved me forward, having the right people in my life. But more importantly, I wish I had a specific coach I was working with one-on-one. I could call 24 hours a day and really just lock in with, right? And that's why we started FormAWin, to help students get their first job, navigate this, strategize, and develop a structured game plan. So these are just some key things that I wish I knew before I started my first engineering job. So feel free to reach out if you guys need anything for help at all. Again, my number is 305-923-8724, 305-923-8724. Go crush the week. Go kill it. I'll see you on the next video.